Fat loss is actually 90% mindset. It's an inside job. It's not an outside job. So no matter how much you may think that relying on workouts, macros, calories, and self-discipline is going to get you to your goals, I can promise you that that is only a temporary solution. That is a band-aid to an already existing problem. That is an antibiotic to cure something that is the root cause of a problem. So in this video, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty on ways to transform your mindset for fat loss, because without the mind, the body will not follow. So we're gonna get into it. Here's the 7 different topics, and we're gonna talk first about understanding your why. When it comes to wanting a specific goal, whether that be six-pack abs, wanting to deadlift 3 times your body weight, wanting to finally be able to fit into those jeans that you wore in high school, whatever the fuck your goal is, I don't care. But understand your why. Ask yourself, why is that goal? Like for me personally, I want to have a 6-pack. Why? Because I feel like it'll be impressive for me. I can put a picture of myself up on my website. Why do I want to put a picture of myself with a 6-pack on my website? Because it'll attract more clients and therefore increasing my revenue, therefore increasing the amount of people I can help. Why do I want to increase my revenue? So that I can be a little bit less stressed about money, so that I can take a little bit more time off, take some vacations, not live month to month, right? Have some savings put away for my future. Okay, why do I want to have savings put away for my future? Because I'm afraid that one day I'll run out of money and I won't maybe have as successful a business I'd like. So you could basically take this why and start to ask and ask and ask. And the further you go down the rabbit hole, you will probably find the root of your fear, your why. It may be that you were bullied in high school. It may be that your parents have instilled some sort of self-limiting beliefs that they had that they're now pushing onto you. But understanding your why is very, very important. Most people will say, well, I just want to lose a little bit of weight and feel better. Why? Because I want to fit into a bathing suit this summer and I want to finally feel okay in my body. Why do you want to feel okay in your body? Because it's something I've never felt okay, and I never had the self-esteem and confidence that I want to have. What makes you think that getting to a certain weight or getting to a certain body type is going to somehow instill this level of confidence in yourself? There are hundreds and thousands of people walking around planet Earth who have 6-pack abs, who are Instagram influencer fit, and they still have low self-esteem. As a matter of fact, their self-esteem, their relationship with food, their relationship with themselves is probably even worse than yours is right now. And they look amazing. So don't compare your insides to other people's outsides. Very, very crucial part of this whole journey. Don't think that you see someone who has this dream body, this dream physique, and they're happy. They don't struggle with any of the same problems that you have. It's just not true. Have you guys ever heard the saying, more money, more problems? It's true with anything, right? If you had the partner of your dreams, I promise you it would come with more problems. If you were making 7 figures a year, I promise you it would come with more problems and more stress and more worries. If you had that dream physique, guess what that would mean? If you wanted to maintain it, you'd have to eat a very strict, rigid diet. You'd have to work out a lot. You'd have to have the discipline to not eat certain foods all the time. You'd have to be a lot stricter with your lifestyle. So just know that there is always a cost. There is always a cost to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, right? So understand that. Whatever you're searching for on the outside is not going to make you feel happy on the inside. And if you want to learn how to feel happier on the inside, then let's get into the real work. So, how you talk to yourself. If you talk to yourself like a worst enemy, and many of us do, I used to struggle with this as well. You know, when I first got off drugs and got clean, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you're a piece of shit. You're fucking fat. You're out of shape. Who the fuck would want you? This is the kind of shit that I said to myself. I had to change that dialogue. I had to become my own best friend, not my own worst enemy. If you have your worst enemy in your head 24/7, you have this fucked up roommate that's always talking shit to you, always telling you that you can't do it, that you never follow through with anything, you don't have any sort of discipline or motivation, how the fuck are you gonna get anything done? If you have this roommate talking shit to you 24/7, I promise you it's gonna make things so much harder. So you have to learn how to be kind and compassionate to yourself. If you're not going to talk to your best friend like that, then why the fuck are you talking to yourself like that? It makes no sense. It's fucking stupid. You have to stop doing it. And it's not as easy as, somebody telling you to stop doing it. Because if it were that easy, we would just stop doing it, right? There's a lot of different techniques and tactics, but first you have to become aware and realize that that is not your voice. That is someone else's voice. That is that kid in fucking middle school that used to bully you and tell you you're never gonna be shit. That you'll always be a fat ass. You'll always be worthless. You'll never be good at this. You'll never be good at that, right? Or it's your little brother or your big sister or whatever. Or maybe it's your mom or dad telling you that you need to be more realistic. You need to get off your ass and get a fucking job. Quit being lazy, right? Why can't you look more like that? Why can't you get into this college? This person got into this college. Listen, people have been instilling and injecting this dialogue into your whole fucking life. So it's time to change. It's time to learn how to be your own best friend. I'm sure you have a best friend right now. And if they were to say to themselves, I look so fat right now, you would probably be like, fuck no, you don't. You look great. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't ever talk to yourself like that in front of me. So you have to be like that with yourself. You have to set these boundaries. You have to set these expectations with yourself. When I have clients check in with me, they send in their check-in form and I ask them, what are some non-scale victories that you had this week? In other words, do your clothes fit better? Did someone notice that you dropped a couple pounds or did someone compliment you on your physique this week? Did you get something done at work that you didn't think you were going to be able to accomplish? Non-scale victories outside of the scale, right? Maybe you lifted heavier in the gym this week. Maybe those PRs are going up. Maybe you're hitting all kinds of PRs, right? These are non-scale victories. When I have a client who says, I can't think of any non-scale victories, I have to have a serious fucking talk with them. I have to sit them down. I'll send a video just like this. I'll send a video and I'll be like, look, I don't give a fuck how you talk to yourself with your friends, your family. You can be negative. You can talk shit about yourself to your friends and family. But when you come to me, I want you to be positive towards yourself. I want you to build yourself up like you're your best fucking friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Be your fucking best friend. Learn how to be your own self-advocate. Self-efficacy starts with you. It doesn't start with someone else believing in your shit. It doesn't start with someone else instilling this sense of you can do it in you. You have to fucking go and get that. You have to pull that out of thin air and say, you know what, I can fucking do this. And it starts with writing it down. It starts with believing in it and writing it down. Writing it down is the first step to starting to fucking believe it. The next step in the process of changing your mindset is playing the tape forward, right? How is this thing that I'm doing going to impact future you? Okay, I'll use myself for an example. Let's say I am all done with my calories at the end of the night and I'm still hungry, okay? And there's this bag of fucking pretzels calling my name in the cupboard right now. How is cheating myself out of my calories, overeating, how is that, even though I know I'm not like physically hungry, I'm craving these pretzels. It's emotional eating. There's something else going on, right? Either I'm bored, I'm lonely, I'm hungry, or I'm not hungry, but I'm like emotionally hungry. I'm craving some attention. Maybe I'm craving female compassion, or maybe I'm craving female companionship. But whatever, my girl is not there. So the pretzels it is. I need to stop, take a second, pause, and then think about playing the tape forward. What does this look like for future Jeff? If I keep doing this over and over and over again, what does it look like if I keep playing this tape forward and thinking about future Jeff? Am I setting future Jeff up for success, or am I totally fucking him over, right? I think about this analogy right here. I used to work in restaurants, and I used to be a dishwasher when I was like 17. So I was the nighttime dishwasher, and there's always a daytime dishwasher. The daytime dishwasher sets up the nighttime dishwasher for success. So if I come in at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and the dish pit is clean, everything's organized, and I am ready to go, then that AM dishwasher set me up for success. If I come in, there's fucking dishes everywhere, this guy didn't do his job and he just left me a shit show of a dish pile, then I am not getting set up for success. I am totally getting screwed by this AM dishwasher, and I'm going to be pretty much playing catch up the rest of my entire shift. So this AM dishwasher totally fucked me. This is what you're doing to yourself every single night. You're being that AM dishwasher that totally fucks over the PM dishwasher. So stop doing that. Stop setting your future self up for failure. What you're doing is you're treating this instant gratification, this moment right now, this space and time, you're treating it as if it's never going to happen again. Those pretzels are still going to fucking be there tomorrow. You don't need to have them right now. If you play the tape forward and you keep self-sabotaging, you are never going to reach your goals. You're never going to get anywhere. So this is a real talk with you. I'm talking with you right now. You need to stop self-sabotaging. That roommate in your head that says we can have some pretzels is no big deal. Who gives a fuck? That roommate is full of fucking shit. And that roommate wants to fucking kill you. Maybe not actually kill you, but it wants to kill your dreams, your ambitions, your goals. It wants to fucking self-sabotage. And that's not your voice. That's someone else's voice, right? When you go out and you're trying to stick to your nutrition and someone says, oh yeah, we're gonna go here, just live a little. I know you're on a diet, but just live a little. Fuck that. Those kinds of people, the reason they want you to sabotage yourself is because they ain't doing shit. They're not doing shit with their own life. So you have to realize that these people are leeches. They want to leech on to your fucking victories and your failures. And if you're not doing good, then they have an excuse as to why they're not doing good. When I used to use drugs, I would hang out with people who are a lot worse than me, because then I could justify it. Well, I'm not as bad as them, right? And I'll get into that in a whole nother story, because I feel like that would help a lot of you guys out. But pretty much, I want you guys to stop self-sabotaging. I want you guys to play the tape forward. All right, next is the inner work. Inner work. I don't have my journal right here next to me, but I usually do. Every single morning, I write down my goals, and I try to write them down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. This is a form of manifestation, but not the form of manifestation that's like the secret, like law of attraction, like guru type bullshit. But writing down your goals every single day is very key. I just wrote down my goals for 2022. It's on the wall over here. I'll share those with you guys if you want me to, but pretty much I want you guys to start writing in some form of journal, practicing some sort of gratitude. And then the next step is sitting in silence every single day. If you can take the time out of your day to brush your teeth, 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night, then you should be spending at least that same amount of time in doing the inner work. Some form of gratitude work, journaling, meditation. All of this will set you up for massive success on your fat loss journey, on your health journey, in your business, in your work life, in your personal relationships. We have to start with ourselves first. We cannot pour from an empty cup. If we're constantly taking, pretty soon we're going to have an empty cup. So if we want to pour, if we want to help others, if we want to be there to support people, we have to have a full cup. So I'm talking to you parents, I'm talking to you partners, I'm talking to you people who always answer the phone for everyone else, but you never reach out to people when you're struggling. Pick up that fucking 100-pound phone and start to call people when you're going through shit. That's part of the inner work as well. And if you have a higher power, if you like to pray, if you have a process of prayer, I would use that. Use that process of prayer. Pray for others. Don't just pray for your own selfish wants and desires, but pray for others. It'll help get you out of your own head and realize that, hey, I can be selfless and it doesn't actually pour out of my cup. It actually fills my cup. Next, sitting in silence. We have a fear of sitting with our shit, of sitting in silence. Many of us go through our day. From the moment our alarm goes off, we start drinking coffee, we start listening to podcasts, we basically hit the ground running, hit the car, head to work. We're listening to music in the car or we're on a phone call. Then we go to work and we think about, oh, I can't wait to get off work so I can hang out with my partner. Boom, you get off work and then people are pulling you in every which way direction. There you go, you sit your ass on the fucking couch and you watch Netflix, you eat shitty food, and you think about how someday you're gonna change these habits. Someday you're gonna go to the gym. Someday you're gonna be motivated to work out, right? Sitting in silence, it quiets down and it slows down life and it quiets down all the chatter in your head that tells you that roommate that I was talking about earlier, it quiets that roommate down so that it's not constantly going 24/7. This self-defeating, self-limiting roommate that you have that's talking shit to you 24/7, it quiets down. And you can tell that roommate, you're not good enough. Shut the fuck up. You're never gonna make that much money. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You start to talk to that roommate. Tell him to shut the fuck up. He's too loud. Sit in silence. Start small, progressive overload. Use 4 minutes a day. Then you could progressive overload to 5, 6, then 10. I would recommend you work up somewhere around 10 to 30 minutes every single day. And set that time aside every single day at the exact same time so that you know what you're going to be doing and you have a habit built up in your head of when you're going to do it. Next, managing stress. All right, stress is a tough one, but when you manage your stress, when you manage your sleep, when you manage people in your life that stress you out, when you handle situations that used to really stress you out and now you can handle them with confidence, a lot of this trickles down, right? If you work on your self-limiting beliefs, if you practice gratitude and you journal and you meditate and you pray and you play the tape forward in situations, you're going to be a lot stronger of a person and you're going to handle situations that used to baffle you. So you are going to be able to manage stress. That person that's inducing stress and anxiety in you every single day, demanding so much from you and kind of just being a jerk to you, you're going to be able to stand up to them, right? That job that you fucking hate, you're going to be able to talk to your boss and say, hey, look, I'm going to find another job. This isn't working out. And maybe they'll be like, no, we really need you to stay, and you might get a raise. You might get some respect that you deserve. Setting boundaries is super important when it comes to stress management. When you clock off, don't call your coworkers, don't call your friends and family and start talking about work, because then all of a sudden you're still in work mode. You're still thinking about it. When you clock off for the day, leave that shit at the office, right? And to my entrepreneurs like myself, if you don't have office hours where people can email you and reach you, and then you're not checking your phone after a certain time of night, you have to set boundaries with yourself as well. Just because you work on social media, you work on your phone, you work on Facebook, you work on Instagram, you work through your emails, doesn't mean you should be answering those all night long. A lot of that shit can wait till tomorrow. There are no emergencies. So don't let people interrupt your personal time that you need to rest and recharge with work stuff. You have to set that boundary. You may have to set boundaries in relationships. You may have to set boundaries in toxic friendships. Another thing too is make sure that you have a relaxation routine built into your day. For me, it's laying on my back on the floor on my fuzzy rug, and I do a bunch of deep breathing right before bed. I also read a book right before bed. Sometimes I'll watch a YouTube video right before bed. I'll take my melatonin, I'll take my lemon balm, my sleepy time tea, and I will take my ass to sleep. And that's my relaxation routine. Some people do really well with a bath every night. Maybe they get a massage. Maybe they spend time out in nature. Find out what is going to minimize that stress in your life and then implement that. The next one is dopamine detox. So this is taking a break from dopamine, right? So taking a break from pretty much all screens, tablets, phones, social media, everything for a period of time. This may be 3 days, 4 days, and maybe a week. I know for me, a lot of my business is on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, emails. So I am constantly being bombarded by dopamine. But if this is you, it doesn't matter. You can still take 3 or 4 days off. Schedule your posts ahead of time. Do it during a time when business is not super crazy, but spend a couple days each week off of social media, off of the phone. Leave your phone in a drawer somewhere. Take some time out and dopamine detox yourself. Spend that day doing things, actively participating in things and being present. Next is seek outside help. So a lot of people are afraid of going to therapy. They think therapy is for people with mental health disorders, and they think it's for crazy people. I'm trying to destigmatize therapy. I think everyone should be in therapy. I don't have personal mental health issues. I don't have depression. Sometimes I have anxiety, but it comes and goes and it's very sporadic. I wouldn't say I have anxiety disorder or anything like that. I don't have panic attacks, but I do have some anxious thoughts from time to time. What helps tremendously with that is going to therapy, doing all of the things that I just listed, and then taking care of my fitness, taking care of my mental health, making sure that I detox from dopamine, putting boundaries in my relationships, sitting in silence, doing my gratitude journal, my meditation. All of this is going to impact my mental health very severely. But then I also do therapy for about an hour every couple weeks. You know, it used to be every week, but now I meet with my therapist. I do video therapy once a week, and I find it to be extremely beneficial. So those are the 7 ways to transform your mindset for fat loss. If you found this video helpful, useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I got a lot more dope content coming in 2022, some life-changing content. So I hope you found this helpful, and here's to another year.